The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. What is going on, everybody out there? This is Eric Sablon with Burnt Phone Marketing Radio, and I'm super excited. I have an amazing guest today, but first off, I want you to hashtag live if you're coming in live, hashtag replay if you're coming in on the replay. Do I have a treat for you guys today? So I have a student of mine that we worked with a while back, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what she does. She's the founder of the Team Up community. She helps women in business increase profits while making true impact. She's been in the network marketing space for 4 years, and she's been an industry leader and a team leader. She's a former educator, which I truly have a heart for that. And she's a coach and a course creator. But one of the things that I really love about Miss Theresa Taylor is her tenacity and her questions. Have you ever heard the saying, the better questions you ask, the better questions you ask, the better answers you get? Well, I've been in many, many coaching calls, and Theresa has literally asked me the questions where I'm like, we might have to step out to a breakout room or talk about this on a sidebar. So please welcome the founder of the Team Up community, a coach, a brand new course creator, Miss Theresa Taylor from Anchorage, Alaska. We're amongst royalty, everybody, just so you guys know. She is actually she was in the Miss Alaska pageant. So she has the wave down. So unfortunately, all of you guys on the podcast can't see the wave, but she is the one. So welcome, Theresa. Welcome to the show. Super excited for you to be here.
Thank you, Eric. I am so excited to be here. And my official title is Mrs. Alaska Ambassador. So yes, I have a pageant wave, but I'm probably the most low-key, down-to-earth girl that you know. But thank you so much for having me, Eric. I'm so excited to be here. I'm a little nervous, but nervousness and excitement supposedly use the same body function. So I'm saying I am so excited.
Well, don't be nervous because this is going to be fun. We've got a lot of people on there. Welcome, Glenn. Welcome, Beth. Welcome, Facebook user. So again, hashtag live if you're coming in live. Hashtag replay if you're coming in on the replay. And guys, I'm actually streaming this on my personal page. So if you want to share this with people, share it from my personal page. And this is going to be a tremendous interview. Just because, like I said, Theresa's tenacity is amazing. So we're just going to talk about Theresa and what she's done and what she's accomplished in the past 90 days. So Theresa, I'm just going to start off a little bit tell us a little about your backstory and how you got into network marketing, and then also how you had this epiphany about coaching, because that's really what we're going to break down today. So like network marketing and then into coaching. So just kind of tell me a little bit about that.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So I, like Eric said, I was a teacher. I taught for 10 years with the district out here in Alaska, and absolutely love what I did. And then we got pregnant, and both my husband and I knew that we wanted me to stay home. And when I had the baby, when I had our baby. So that's what I did, and it was such a beautiful opportunity. But there was a part of me that I really missed, and that was the professional side of me. Using my mind in a different way, being with my coworkers and planning things out, and all those kinds of things. Plus, we had a second child, and so then we were living on one income that was less than my teaching income. So we went from two incomes down to one, which was less than that, and then after we had our second child, my daughter, things got really, really tight financially. So that kind of began this search for something to do from home with my kids to help keep me here, because I didn't want to go back to the classroom. And it was really interesting, the things that I did back then, because I really tried. I think I've always had this entrepreneurial spirit, but I really tried lots of different things. Like, what could I make with the kids to keep me here and sell? I made diffuser necklaces and like hosted little how-to classes for just lots of different things. And nothing really satisfied me. Definitely nothing brought in the right kind of income to keep me at home. So, and then a friend actually invited me to host a class for her, and I fell in love with the idea of teaching and presenting this information on a certain product line. And I fell in love with it. I found quick success. My story, though, with network marketing is it's not completely unique in that when I joined, my sponsor, who was a friend, quickly left the business. She had some really big family things came up that just changed the whole dynamic of her family. So she left that, and then my uplines above were not available to work with, to answer questions. My sidelines weren't working, so I was very much alone. But that part of my story is not really unique. There's a lot of people that feel like they're struggling and that they're alone in this business because sponsors, leave or switch companies or whatever. And but what is unique about my story is that I found people, like, I got uncomfortable, even though I was trying to present myself as a leader in my network. I was very much a baby, an infant, and needed to humble myself and keep asking for help. And so I asked lots and lots of people for help and strategies and what they were doing, both in my company and in other companies. And I got lots of no's, but I got some yeses. And I'm so, so thankful for the yeses that I got. And I'm so thankful for my journey, because even though it was difficult, it also led me to where I am. So I sort of have this reputation as this person who advocates women mentoring women. And some people know me. I had a big mission a couple years ago called the Magnetic Sisterhood, which was exactly that. Women mentoring women, coming together in business and in life and helping each other. And through that, I started another community with some girls called the Harvest Community, which was a goal-setting community. And so the Magnetic Sisterhood and the Harvest Community started opening my eyes to this world of coaching. I didn't realize that what I was already doing was coaching. I just wasn't getting paid for it, right? So as time went on, last March, when everything shut down because of COVID, I saw a huge, huge need in my community here to help people move their businesses online. So these brick and mortar businesses that were struggling, they didn't know what to do online. So I immediately threw this smash course together and learned something about funnels and whatever, and I sold this course in the matter of a weekend. But what it did was it opened even further this idea of course creation and coaching, and how important it is to not just have a course, but have a coach to help you through things. And then as the story unfolds, here I am with Eric, and it's so interesting. Our paths, we've crossed quite a few times, and now he's one of my dearest coaches and mentors. So that's kind of where I'm at now. All of that actually led to the creation of the Team Up community this past fall. So the Team Up community is this beautiful community for women in network marketing, where we all just come together and we put our heads together and learn from each other. Very much, like my story, I'm offering this free community for women to learn and grow with each other, regardless of the company that they're in. So
it's So the team up community, the way that I see that is it's like a true mastermind. And when you get in the room with people that are not only in your same company, but in a different company, you glean off some of their strengths and you take that information and kind of ball it up into one, and then you come out Theresa. And the more people, the you don't come out Theresa, just say no. But the more people that you connect with, the better questions that you ask to the better people, the better answers you get. And I learned that because that's what I've done in for the last couple of years, and literally have just enhanced the people that I connect with and the people that I can ask the questions. So that is huge. And guys, what I've noticed with Theresa is if you think about her journey, she's almost come for full circle. She started with a coaching opportunity a while back. She just didn't know what to monetize. She didn't know how to like lay it out. And now come full circle this week or next week, and I'll be launching something. So stay to the end because we're launching something amazing. At the end of this call, we are launching something amazing that she is posting, and you've got to be involved in this. This is something that's going to be so amazing and just dialed in. But just listen to what Theresa says and how she says it, because she's going to go through something she's going to present to you guys something at the end of this that's going to be phenomenal. It could be game changing for so many of you. So Theresa, I had some questions that I asked because you're one of my students. We walked through, we've seen some of the areas that you've gone, some of the places that you've actually done, some of the things that you've done, but I'm going to actually just kind of dive back into what your journey has taken you, and what is the number one mistake that you're seeing that entrepreneurs are taking in this coaching transition, like going from entrepreneur to coach? What is the number one mistake that you're seeing out there that you're seeing? Like, what is the number one problem that entrepreneurs that want to go to a coach are seeing? What is that? What does that look like?
Well, there's actually two, and I don't think that I can actually dial it into one because they're both so equally important. The first is to really be dialing in your ideal customer, your ideal client. And I guess that I didn't really understand how important that was until I started here in your coaching program. And it's being able to figure out exactly who your ideal client is and what their needs are, their problems are, their struggles, offering solutions, being able to get so deep into their head of the issues and the things that are important to them helps you get more clear on your messaging. And then once you have that down and you're super clear in your messaging, then suddenly you're talking to the right person. And I think that is really, really important. And you're able to offer solutions that they really need versus what you think that they need. And so the second part of this is having a coach yourself. I mean, I tried to dabble here and there and try to figure it out on my own, but it wasn't until I found this community and my three amazing coaches that have helped me put together this program. And there's so many things that go on the backside of a coaching program that people don't realize. And part of that is really even just like learning how to talk like a human to people and really assess their needs. So I think that's probably the two most important things.
Yeah, defining your like, I'm not even going to use the word, but defining your ideal client or your ideal customer is huge, because I always say this: if you market to everybody, you market to nobody. And someone that's not problem aware or solution aware is not the right customer, or they're not the right person, because they don't know, they're not actually actively searching for your solution. So you're trying to create a need versus fill a void or fill a solution or fill a problem. So that's huge. And I know you're going to teach on that. So that's going to be awesome. So I'm going to move into another question. And what, see, I had a bunch of questions, and then I just want to like kind of go through some of the real ones. So there are other major mistakes that entrepreneurs make. And what are you what is the one major mistake or pitfall that you want to show or talk about, tell entrepreneurs that you've done in your journey, or coaches in your journey? What's the one major pitfall that you've seen that literally you're like, I'm never going to let anybody feel this way ever again? What is that one major pitfall or struggle?
Well, Eric, you stumped me. um, I guess you stumped me because I feel like really that whole idea of dialing on your ideal client is so important. Because everything really dials back to that. Yeah, are you looking for something else?
No, that's actually perfect, because the first question I asked was the biggest mistake. Second question I asked is what's the mistake that you see? And knowing you as a teacher and knowing you as a question answer, you actually answered the same question with the same exact answer. Maybe I threw a little bit of a curveball on you, but then I'm going to shift it to this one, because I know you're an action taker. You like go and you do stuff. You just do it. Like, you ask me the questions, you do it, and then all of a sudden you come back and you say, here's what happened. So what is the mistake that creates a lot of mental stress and anxiety for coaching people, course creators? I'm going to call it course creators, not entrepreneurs. What is the number one mistake or mental stress and anxiety for coach creators?
Overthinking. But I don't think it's just course creators. Like, when we overthink something, if we feel that we're not sure what to do, like, honestly, being stagnant and idle and not doing anything is the worst thing you could possibly do. So, like, as a course creator, you have to be out there. You have to be asking your audience questions so that you can gain feedback and know what their problems are and how to address them. But then, with that, it's sort of the same thing. If you feel like you're overthinking something or just not sure what to do, you just do it. You just put something out there and then get the feedback from that. And that is a much better solution than just sitting there doing nothing or overthinking it and not moving forward in any direction. So, and what's beautiful about that is, like, I think one of the biggest jobs that we have as entrepreneurs in general is finding solutions to problems. So if you are just sitting there on, a decision or something, you're not sure what to do, like, just do something so that you get feedback, because the feedback is what drives our business.
Yeah, and I 100% agree. Feedback is what drives your business, because if you don't know, you don't know. Like, you don't know the questions that they're having. That's like why when you were going through our course, we did make some adjustments while midway through, to make some adjustments, because that's what the audience was asking for. And if you're never out there asking for audience feedback, if you're never asking for, how could we have done this better, stuff like that, and your course is just very stagnant, then it's never evolving, then you're never going to be able to help the next client and build out something better and better and better than what you already built. So I'm going to go back to November, December, when you really had the ambition and the mission to create a course. What was your biggest struggle to get started? What was the thing that you knocked over? What was the big domino that says, you know what? I have the structure, I have the framework, I'm just going to go. I'm going to do what you just said, like, just start putting stuff together. What was it?
Well, before I came into the course back in November, I already knew what I wanted to do, and I had these ideas of everything that I wanted to put together in my course, and, based off of my own experiences. But then when I got into BTU and started really learning sort of the back side of it, I realized that I could have been putting together things that might not have ever sold, because it was my story. It was my problems, my solutions, and not necessarily the solutions that people really need right now. So one of the biggest things for me, this like aha moment was like, oh, I need to be doing some market research here. And then from that, like understanding the bigger picture framework, how you move somebody from, A to Z, really understanding those problems at the beginning, and then, yeah, carrying out a true solution at the end. But yeah, before, it's so interesting because sometimes I wonder, I was talking to Fabian not so long ago. I definitely could have had a course done, back in November, without you guys, but it would have been awful. Like it would have been just like a normal, like, hey, come to my group, see what I'm doing. And, I have this that I'm going to try to sell you, or, like it wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have served my audience, and it wouldn't have been fulfilling to me, and it wouldn't have been a good use of my time, so yeah.
That coming from you, that's awesome. I like that you've taken our frameworks and kind of built out what you want and modeled what we've done, modeled some of the stuff, put your Theresa spin on it. So what was I'm going to fast forward,
Yeah.
because I know you've been busting your hump for the last, let's just say since November, but the last 3 weeks have been far from, like we say, rainbows and unicorns. Like, this is when the S hits the fan. This is like when we're ready to go, ready to launch. Walk me through like a day of a framework of Theresa when she's all in doing what she, what course creating, like you're doing all of this stuff. Like, walk me through. And I know we teach, 2-3-2 method. We teach like time management. We teach blocking calendars. So like a whole like 2-hour time block. Tell me what, like, from the stress level, from the sitting in the chair, from the, what is that like? So that way, when the entrepreneurs out there that want to create a course drop into their zone of genius, they know exactly what they're heading into. Like the feelings, the stress, the anxiety, the all of those feelings that you get. Like, what is it like? So that way everyone in the audience will know what it's like, so they're prepared.
Sure. Okay. Well, first off, Eric, I have failed on the 2-3-2 the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
Because I do want to be completely honest with you guys. So, my first off, let me just say my goal is different than the Clever Moneymakers goal, and probably anybody else's goal who's watching this. Like, we want to create something that's meaningful and impactful, but my process is different. My end, the things that I want to deliver is going to be different than other people's. So the things that I wanted to deliver take time. And I have 2 kids that I homeschool as well. And so my days past few weeks have been like totally chaotic. I have never sat so much in my life. But here's the deal for it. So, and I'm so thankful that my husband has been working from home since COVID hit, because my poor kids would just be totally stir crazy if he wasn't here to help with that. And he has helped with dinners. But basically, when I come to work, so the past 3 weeks has really been crunch time, because I put a date on the calendar. And I was like, no more. Like, we're going to go. We have to go. We have to do this, because I needed that whole, like, do I move
Deadline.
forward? Sometimes putting that date on the calendar is just what you need. And I put a couple dates before, but I wasn't ready. I didn't have the everything that I felt like I really needed to move me to the next level. So anyway, the past couple of weeks has been a lot of hard work and not typical days. So I wake up in the morning. I still do part of my morning routine, even though my morning routine looks a little different than it did 3 weeks ago. But I get up, I do my training, any trainings that I need to do for the day that are specific to what I am learning. And so side note on that, here in the BTU program, we have a training every single day. And so for the past 3 weeks, I haven't attended every daily training, because you just have to kind of choose. Like, you don't have all the time in the world. And if you have other responsibilities like a family and homeschool, that kind of stuff, like, you have to be very choosy with your time. So, other than that, like, when I come to work, like, the first thing I do is my engagement for the day, because even if I don't put a post up, I know, like, doesn't matter what I'm putting out there. If I'm not engaging with people, if I'm not still expanding my network and, finding and making connections in conversations with my ideal customer, my ideal client. Like, if I'm not doing that daily, it doesn't matter if my course is made, and it doesn't matter if it's the most amazing thing in the world, nobody's going to see it, right? So I always make sure that I do that. And then for the rest of the day, I mean, I go out and I do homeschool. I try to play with the kids for a little bit, but then I come here and I'm just focused. And so there hasn't been a real schedule for me, except for breaking for dinner time in a couple hours around that time for family. And then when the kids go to bed, I'm back in here till about 10 o'clock. But I know it will be different next time that I do this, because I already, like, this time is just lots of learning, lots of figuring stuff out. And there are people that I've asked to do stuff to help me with things. Like, Eric has definitely helped me with some things, which has been good. But there's been a lot of things too that right now I'm also wanting to, I don't have to know everything. I don't have to learn every single little thing myself, but there are some really key things, like understanding my funnel, like my hosting platform for my self-study course. That in itself, like, I still want to make sure that I know how to do those things, because I'm going to need to do those later. And if I ever hire somebody, I might need to teach them. Hopefully they'll already know, But anyway, one thing that has been really, really helpful is I want to share this app with you guys. There is this app called Stand Up, and it's a little, it's that. There, do you see it? So yeah. It's called Stand Up, and all it is you can change the timing and everything, but it's just this nice little ping that reminds you to stand up, take a break for 15 minutes or whatever. I have a rebounder here in my office that I love to use. I turn the music on or put my headphones on and I just jump. Because when you're sitting down for so long, I mean, I've never had so much like lower back pain, like, oh yeah, I need to sit up. I need to get up and move. And anyway, I know that was really long-winded, but when you're doing your first course, at least for me, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But biggest advice for that is, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Don't stop engaging with your audience, because at the end you won't have anybody to market to.
That is a huge nugget. Have you ever heard the saying, like, it's not when your sales are down, it's not because of what you did last week, it's what you didn't do 3-4 weeks ago. So yeah. That is a huge nugget. So when you're in production mode, I would call it production, because you're creating something to sell. When you're in production mode, just make sure that your client acquisition mode is not shut off, because you're going to run into some issues. Because once you launch, no one's going to be there to say, oh, hey, that's exactly what I was looking for, because nobody knows. So we're coming to like the half hour, and everyone that stayed on, I'm super excited for you guys to be here, because this is the day, well, not today, but Monday at 10 p.m. at Alaska Standard Time, and that would be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Theresa is launching, I'm going to put the ticker in there so you guys can see it. It's the recruiterchallenge.com. So http:/, and we'll drop this in the chat, inside the chat. So, and this is actually going to be rebroadcast on my podcast. So literally tomorrow morning it's going out podcast style. So all of that stuff is already done and ready to link into the show notes. So if you're on the podcast, make sure you register for the 5-day challenge, because this is going to be epic. The teaching, the amount of people that are going to be there, and just the overall like spin on it. We've done 2 5-day challenges, and it's all been male, kind of a male thing. So just wait till you see a spin that Theresa puts on it, because it's going to be totally, totally different. Deb Rock catching us live from down in New Zealand. Awesome. And Glenn Gould. Glenn, big shout out to Glenn. I'm going to pause you real quick so you can kind of think of what you're going to say. But big shout out to Glenn. The guy has created a Facebook group in less than five or 6 months that's gone over 100K, and just like totally awesome. I love Glenn. I love what he does, and super legit guy. So if you guys are looking to scale your Facebook page, your Facebook group, reach out to Glenn. He's definitely knows what he's doing. And Rob Ruff, this guy is awesome. In like Flynn, he's one of our students. He's actually a 2-time winner of our 5-day challenge scholarship winner. So for the last 180 days, he's got to spend a half a year with us, and still some more to come. So super awesome. So tell us what is going on. Tell us a little bit about what this challenge is all about and who it serves, because I know you put a ton of work into this and you put your spin on it. So just kind of tell me what is the results that people are going to get out of it, and who is it going to serve?
Awesome. So I love my ideal client so much, because there are so many. Well, first let me tell you, my ideal client is a woman. So I don't coach men at this time, but I do have lots of men friends. But there are so many people in network marketing who they've been in for a few years, and they would call themselves coachable. They've done all the things that their uplines are telling them to do, the top leaders in their company are telling them to do, but they're truly not seeing results. They're not growing. They've been kind of like at the same pace for the past few years. And those women are the people that I want to talk with, the people that I want to help, because what I found out in my journey was that I had a lot of pieces. It was just that I didn't know how to connect the pieces, or maybe there was like one tiny little thing that connected this to this, and suddenly it was like, I get it, right? And so I want that aha for my women. I want them to be like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been missing. I don't want these women to spend another dime on any course where it's just going to solve one more little part of it, right? Like, they need me to take them from this to this, so they see that bigger picture. They get it. They have those aha moments to themselves. So so that's what I want. I mean, those are the women who I want to show up here. The women who are coachable, who have been struggling, who are just really needing somebody to take them by the hand and show them the way. And my goal for this 5-day challenge is basically, I'm wanting women to come in here, and I want them to use this 5-day challenge as either a relaunch of their own business using the things that we're going to be going over, the framework that I'm going to be teaching, or to go through the 5-day challenge and use this as a framework to build their own new onboarding system that's going to help them. Like, for one, they're going to have the fuller framework of what it really looks like to run a network marketing business. So, when we have our network marketing business, there's 4 basic things that we have to do, right? And this is the thing that most people know. Like, you have to create curiosity. You have to make the connections. You have to link people to third-party tools, and you have to follow up. Like, if you don't know that, like, that's the basis, right? But part of the reason that so many people are struggling in network marketing is because, for one, they don't know who their avatar is, but then also they don't know basic marketing strategies. Like, they don't know how to get past the friends and family. And a lot of people, we don't, in a network marketing company, you don't even have to start with your friends and family if you don't want to. But how can you if you don't have some of these basic things in place, right? So in the 5-day challenge, we're going to be going over these things. We're going to be dialing into who our avatar is, our ideal customer recruit. We're going to be learning some basic marketing strategies. We're going to be talking about the art of conversation. We're going to be talking also about our mission, like the thing that really brands us as us. Like, we've had trainings. Lots of people have had trainings in the past about, what are your 5 buckets? What are your 3 storylines? What are the couple of things that you want your audience to know about you and how you can connect with your audience? But one of the biggest things that people are missing is this overall mission of who we are that people really connect to. So, like, for me, my overall mission is mentoring women, sort of like that idea of like no one left behind, right? Like, nobody should have to struggle alone in business if they're really trying to succeed, if they're really trying to make an impact or a difference in their family, right? So one of the reasons my network has followed me for so long is because they connect to my actual mission. And because of that, whether they are my ideal customer or my ideal recruit, it doesn't matter. They have become my raving fans, right? Like, they have stuck with me because they are tied to me, to my mission. And they don't want what I have, which is fine. But the first moment that somebody says to them, oh, I wish I had help with this area, you know who they're going to send them to. They're going to send them to me. So these raving fans have also become my number one referral source, right? So I want, so in this challenge, going back to the challenge, right? Like, I'm going to be giving you this framework that you can use in your business, and you can use it to just plug along doing what you're doing, but now you have some more of like the holes that are starting to get filled for you. Or you can take it to the next level, which is going to be creating your own unique, irresistible offer, whether that is a course or not, whether it's just one thing that you have for you that can help you to get paid while you are promoting your services. Like, it's this beautiful idea of paid prospecting. So I'm just going to throw in a little bit there towards the end as well. But anybody who comes to this, like, if you have been struggling, if you have the question, if this is your question, because if this is your question, you need to come, okay? If the question is, I have been doing everything, but I'm still not being successful. What am I doing wrong? What am I missing? Okay, if those are your questions, then you need to come to this challenge, because it will tell you what you are missing. And, sort of that bigger promise for all of this is like, the big scary thing that I think a lot of us have, people in network marketing have, is, am I wasting my time? Have I done it for this long just to fail and, prove all my naysayers wrong, or prove them right, that I couldn't do this and I quit, and so that bigger question or bigger fear that people have is like, I put all this work in and I'm just going to fail. Or do I keep learning, do I find someone to really help me and then I succeed? So by the time you're done with me or I'm done with you, like what I mean? Like, by the time you end of this challenge, you're going to know, for one, if network marketing is what you want to truly continue with or not. And I think that in itself is very freeing, because you could spend 5 days with me and know for sure, yes, I want to do this. This excites me. This is like such a passion of mine. I want to learn more. Or you could be like, yeah, I don't want the missing piece. I just found out what it is, and I now know that network marketing is not for me. But either way, like, it's so freeing to know that, to have that answer. So, toprecruiterchallenge.com.
Yes, go to the www.toprecruiterchallenge.com. Register. It's absolutely free. I do have a question because I'm going to show up. You said it's for ladies. Is it going to be weird for all of the guys that come to the show, or is it going to be? Or is it okay?
It'll be okay. We'll have to figure out something for the guys. It will be held inside the Team Up community, which is the women's space community. But I have somebody in the background who may be leading a men's side of this. So,
Excellent.
yeah. So if you are a man and you want to be here, please still come, share the word. You're going to learn something, and we will figure out. You can't be in my actual private coaching session, but you can come here and you can learn these things and find the missing piece for you. And it might be really great for you to hear a woman's spin on it.
100%, 100%. So guys, make sure that you go to www.toprecruiterschallenge.com and register today. It's going to be a mini chat. Guess what? In BTU, we teach mini chat. So it's going to be a mini chat registration. So you guys will be all set. So if you're struggling, and I love what you said at the end, like you at the end of this, you're going to have clarity. You're going to have structure. You're going to understand if network marketing is even for you. Like, how many of you guys think that if you went through a course like this and you got pitched again and you just said, well, I went through this course and Theresa told me that I really didn't want to do network marketing. It's like the perfect out for non-network marketers. So Theresa's going to show you next week. You're going to be able to be like, yes, that's me. No, that's not. And, if it's not, that's cool too. There's so many other business opportunities that you can do to create something that's not network marketing. But I'll tell you what, the first 3 days of Theresa's course, I know for a fact, no matter what business you're in, no matter what thing you're selling, no matter what it is that you're doing, you're going to have value from those first 3 days for sure, probably the fourth day. And if you decide that network marketing is not for you, then that's great too. We love you guys too. However, if you make it to day 5 and you're in love with Theresa and she gives you the goods of exactly what you're looking for, make sure you stick around to the end of her day 5 training, because number one, I'm sure she's going to give away a scholarship, so you may be able to work with her absolutely free. But I learned this a long time ago. People that pay attention. Free, we talk about 3 things. SAM, skills, accountability, and mentorship. Skills are very, very inexpensive. They're very cheap. You can get everything on YouTube. But how many people on YouTube that you go to train on actually stick to it? How many people watch YouTube every day? If you have an accountability coach, if you have a mentor, that's where things start to happen. So I would take her up on the offer. It's going to be a couple hours next week, and she's going to have it in her private Facebook group. All I'd say is register for www.toprecruiterschallenge.com and just connect with Theresa and see if she's what you've been looking for, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that she's exactly who you were looking for. And I'm glad that you're here listening on my on all of my channels to know and see exactly the type of person that is one of our dream clients that has actually taken what we've taught them and created a course, wrapped it together into something amazing. And I just got to say, you're amazing, Theresa. All of the community's amazing. And I'm just super excited. Again, go to toprecruiterchallenge.com and register. And Theresa, I'm just going to let you drop the mic at the end. Any last words that you have to say to the community, to the listeners, to all of the entrepreneurs that are listening to Burnt Film Marketing Radio or on any of the Facebook channels?
Man, I'm not good at last words, except for I don't have any last words. Just go to the challenge.
Just go to the challenge, guys. Just tell you what, she's gonna deliver something amazing, and I'll be there. So if you guys need anything from me, just reach out to me. I'm super excited, guys. Thank you for sticking around for the whole entire show. Thank you for being part of this community. And again, last call to action. I'll be giving you a disservice if I didn't remind you to go to www.toprecruiterchallenge.com, register. It's 100% complimentary. We don't use the word free. It's 100% complimentary. Give up some time to learn some knowledge, to gain some skills that may take you over the hump and stop having you wonder, did I do this all for naught? So Eric Sablon and Theresa Taylor from Burnful Marketing Radio, super excited. And we will see you guys on the next episode of Burnful Marketing Radio, or on Monday on Theresa's Live at 10 a.m. Alaska time in the challenge. Join the challenge, guys. See you later.
Bye.